You've probably heard of 11 Labs and think it's the best AI voice generator. But what if I told you there are free AI voices that sound even better? They just never got the attention they deserve. Maybe one of them is just one viral video away from becoming the next 11 Labs. So today, I'm ranking 10 free AI voice generators to find out which one truly deserves the #1 spot. Number 10 is Canva Voice Generator. And the first thing I noticed was this tiny little text box where you're supposed to paste your script. For the UI, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. The only websites with a worse design are those old HTML sites from the early 2000s. But looks aren't everything, so let's test the voice quality. I used 2 different samples. The first is just a normal sentence to see how natural it sounds. The second is an emotional sentence because I don't want another robotic Google Translate voice. I want to hear real emotion, natural pauses, proper pacing, and a voice that actually sounds human.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence. Today, I learned something new about artificial intelligence. Isn't technology?
It definitely deserves 10th place. Number 9 is Typecast.ai. I first heard about this voice generator on Reddit, and a lot of people were saying it's actually pretty good. So let's test it out using the same sentence.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence. Isn't technology amazing?
This sounds like an opera singer, just a bit smaller trapped in a can. Number 8 is Minimax Audio. The UI is actually decent, and it even has paid plans that are 10 times more affordable than 11 Labs. For example, 100,000 credits in 11 Labs cost around $20, while here they cost only $4.50. You can also choose between different voices. I chose this one, and honestly, I don't know why it's labeled as Ukrainian because she speaks native English.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
But it's too generic, and there are no emotions or natural pauses. This terrible-looking site got 7th place. Honestly, I don't know why. The site is so weird that every time you change the voice, you get a completely different set of settings. For example, instead of speed, I got speaking rate. What's even the difference? But you can change the voice, and there are a lot of different languages, which actually shocked me. But let's test it out.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence.
It's too generic, and the voice is way too deep. Number 6 is OmniVoice. It's cool looking, and it has a stunning 646 different languages. You can also choose between voices like Elon Musk, SpongeBob, and Trump. Actually, there are 2 Trump voices, but let's test it out and see what we've got.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence. Isn't technology amazing?
There are almost no emotions, no natural pauses, or any variation in the delivery. The voice sounds flat and robotic, which is why it's only in 6th. 5th place shocked me the most because it's 11 Labs. Sorry guys, I had to do it. It's so weird. Over the last 5 months, it has gotten a lot worse. For example, the voice you're hearing right now is an 11 Labs voice, and it's become so inconsistent that I sometimes have to regenerate it a few times just to get a decent result. There have also been so many updates that everybody seems to hate. For example, take a look at 11v2. You'd think the next version would have more settings and parameters to adjust, but no, they actually reduced the number of settings. But let's test it out.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence.
You heard it. It's not that bad, but for the past 2 years, they've been adding the stupidest updates ever, so I'm protesting. What's actually happening behind the scenes is pretty crazy. The AI isn't reading your text word by word like a human would. It predicts tiny pieces of sound called audio tokens, one after another. Each new sound depends on the ones before it, almost like it's composing a song in real time. That's why the best models know exactly where to pause, when to speed up, and even how to sound excited or disappointed. Number 4 is Google's voice generator, and it's the most confusing one. When you open it, there are 8 different voice styles, and that's not even the end of it. The styles are so weird: energetic, co-host, and patient teacher. But that's still not the end. When you choose any style, a new window with a bunch of weird settings opens. I just want to generate a voice. I don't want to create the next Beyoncé. But the voice is stunning. Just listen to this.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The voice actually sounds pretty bad, but it's not as bad as it seems. It has emotions, natural pauses, and decent pacing. The real problem is the overall voice quality, which just isn't very good. Coming in at number 3 is VoiceBox. It's completely free with no usage limits, which already puts it ahead of most AI voice generators. You can clone your own voice, create a brand new one from scratch, or choose from hundreds of pre-made voices. On paper, it has everything you'd expect from a premium tool. But the real question is, can it actually compete with 11 Labs? Let's find out.
Today, I learned something new about artificial intelligence. Isn't technology amazing?
There are emotions, there are natural pauses, and the craziest part, it's completely free. Coming in at number 2 is Lou Voice. The first thing that surprised me is that it's completely free, with no hidden paywall or annoying usage limits. The voice quality is incredibly natural, with realistic emotions, smooth pacing, and pauses that actually sound human. If you played this to someone without telling them it was AI, there's a good chance they wouldn't even notice. The only question left is whether it's good enough to take the #1 spot.
Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, said the farmer. Can you believe it?
And finally, #1. This one absolutely shocked me. I went into this expecting another decent AI voice generator, but within the first few seconds, I realized this was on a completely different level. The emotions, the pacing, the pauses, everything sounded incredibly natural. If someone played this to me without telling me it was AI, I honestly don't think I'd be able to tell the difference.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence.
Today I learned something new about artificial intelligence.